Unpacking the box carefully, we're going to go through all the components that are included with the direct solar hybrid pump. First of all, of course, the heart of the system is the pump. You'll notice a small piece of silicone tubing, because many of the fountains today include half-inch tubing as an ID. So this would just be placed over the 3/8 output, so that you can slip the half-inch tubing right over on top of that, and you'll get a very secure fit. Now, if you do have 3/8 tubing, of course you can go directly from the pump output to your 3/8 tubing. If you're going to use this pump in a pond application, you're going to want to install your risers and your nozzle. You'll do that by first starting with this adapter here, small piece that goes right over the 3/8 output. Now you use a corresponding amount of risers to reach the desired height that you're trying to do. Most likely with this small pump, you're using a container garden, so probably not that deep, but you got plenty of risers here to go as high as about 12 inches of water height. From here, you're going to choose to either use your LED light ring, which would be installed before your final nozzle, and then of course it'll be plugged into the panel itself, and we'll show you that a little bit later on the plug section. But for now, we're just going to use it without the LED light ring. We're going to choose this nozzle here, which would be sort of a bubbling nozzle. From there, you have 3 different patterns of cap that you can put on it, so that you can choose whatever spray pattern that you want. Now there's a small single nozzle that's also included that will just give you a straight spray. This is great for just that shooting jet look that you might want in your container pond. Our first step is to place the rechargeable batteries into the unit, following the guidelines of plus and minus. Make sure the cover is placed securely. There you go, so that it clicks into place. Now that the batteries are in, we're going to put the stake on the unit by sliding it onto the groove in this orientation here. Now you'll notice we're using just this portion of the stake. The sharp edge will be used if you were using a application where you're staking it fully into the ground. Because we're doing this on cement, we're just going to use this portion here. So what we're going to do is try to achieve a 30 to 45 degree angle, because we need to charge these batteries fully before we begin to use the pump. So in this case here, we're going to leave this out. Probably 8 hours of sunlight is going to give it a full charge. You'll get some charge after say 4 hours, and certainly if you're going to use this in a direct solar application, then it's ready to go. But we do caution you, if you're going to be using it in a battery operated application, get it fully charged first. You can also achieve that using our hybrid charging unit that we've included in the package. Now this simply plugs in to the charge port, and we recommend that you plug this into an indoor plug. And again, give it about 8 hours for a full charge. Also take note that the light plug has a rubber stopper in it. If you're not going to use your light, leave it in there. If you're going to use the light, of course you're going to have to remove the rubber stopper. We're now going to plug the pump unit into the middle housing piece, right there, clearly marked as pump. The other one is for the LED light. The one on the end that is now sealed is of course your charging port. Should always be sealed. We've installed our 50 GPH direct solar hybrid pump into the Robbins fountain. We're going to show you how to use it. First step, of course, is to just simply turn the unit on for use in direct solar. It will be hard to see in this light, but the green light is now on. So we're going to place the panel in an approximate 30 to 45 degree angle. You notice as soon as it got the sun, it turned the pump on. The function of this mode is simply to operate it in direct sunlight. You'll notice that as soon as we turn the panel in such a way that it gets no sun, then the fountain stops. Sun comes back on, pump is working again. One of the key features of this system is that the solar panel has an approximate 5-meter cord that's going to allow you to place that panel in the 30 to 45 degree angle in an area that gives you the best possible exposure to the sun. Ideal for hanging on a fence or mounting in such a way that it's out of the visual of the fountain itself, so that you cannot see anything but the beauty of your fountain running. Now, if we have no sun at all, we're going to choose to turn it on to our battery power setting, which is simply a toggle, and the red light will go on. Now, no matter what happens to our sun, the pump is going to work for up to a maximum of 4 hours, depending on the state of charge that the unit has. For those of you who are going to use the LED light, we're going to illustrate how it works, and we're just going to use our shadows here to darken the area. First of all, you're going to plug the light cord into the light socket right there, make sure it's firmly inside. Now, it only works when you're using battery power. It will not turn itself on in direct solar mode. So we're turning on the direct solar, we have no light. Now we're turning on the battery power, and because there's no light going to the panel, the sensor indicates to turn on the light. We're going to expose the panel to some light. Light goes off, down, so it has to be nighttime to turn on that light. Now we're going to again bury the panel. It's nighttime again. If you've done it in this mode here, there's going to be a 10-second delay, there you go, before it turns the light back on. Of course, using the light during the evening when you're also using the pump is going to reduce your run time, so make sure that you get a full charge before activating the direct solar unit at night. When troubleshooting this unit, one of the first things that we can recommend is what is known as a soft reboot, similar to your cell phone. Simply remove the batteries, of course check them for any corrosion or buildup, and then make sure you place them back in the correct orientation. This function alone will help to solve problems that you may have where your pump simply stops working and doesn't get the charge.